If your employer gave you the option to work 10 hours days Monday to Thursday instead of 8 hours days Monday to Friday, would you do it? Why not? Why not? I do it and I enjoy it. The 2 extra hours a day don't really feel that different than an 8-hour day, but you get so much more accomplished on your days off. Joke's on you. I already work 10 hours day Monday to Friday. Yes. 3 days is the ideal length for a weekend. 2 days never seems like enough. I get the Sunday blues, but strangely, I don't get the Monday blues when I start the work week on Tuesday. That extra day provides just enough time to feel more rested and less stressed. You need 1 day to have fun, 1 day to rest, and 1 day to sort out all your life admin. A 2-day weekend just isn't enough, especially since really it's only 24 hours, since I always spend Saturday morning catching up on sleep and then Sunday afternoon is spent feeling stressed and depressed about work. Not to mention that since Saturdays are the days everyone else has off, there's a good number of life upkeep things you can't even do with your free time. Go to the doctor, dentist, bank, car mechanic, DMV, and on and on. If we're doing the 3 days off per week thing and I had a choice about it, I'd take Saturday and Sunday, then a day in the middle of the week for personal business. Preferably Wednesday, because then you're only ever working 2 days in a row at most. That would seem like nothing. I do Mon-Thur right now and it's pretty pleasant. Never at work enough consecutive days to start feeling bogged down. A day off is just around the corner, and you only started back to work yesterday. Knowing that a day off is tomorrow or the next day is such a nice feeling. Yep. You save money on gas. That's a raise, my dude. I work 9-hour days and get every other Friday off, which I guess is like a compromise between the two. It's pretty sweet. Edit, this got more attention than I was expecting, or I would have explained it better. Yes, I get off an hour early on my own Friday. The framing company on my site works 9-hour days and does half days every Friday. That seems pretty good to me. I love the 4.5-day work week. It's perfect because you can get your work all sorted out at the end of the week without the morning dragging, and you get most of your day free to get ready for the weekend. Yeah, and still enough day left to do errands without the crowds. That's why I kept up with working 6 to 2:30, 12-hour lunch. Leaving at 2:30 has no traffic and I can still do all kinds of errands without all the crowds. At the call center I used to work at, it was called 410s. They were considered desirable, and highly sought after. There was some competition over them at every shift bid. I work 3 13-hour days and it's awesome. 312 here. It's the best. 312s here. I will never work 8s again unless I absolutely have no choice. Sure, you have no life at all while you're working, but 4 days off every week. This is amazing and I wish I could do this. My wife's a nurse and says the exact same thing. She could never go back to a MF 9 to 5 again. The payoff is worth way more than whatever long hours you work during each shift. That's the key. A 9 to 5 job leaves you too tired and washed up to really do anything of great value that day. You get home, it might already be getting dark, need to give kids their daily attention, need to decompress from work, etc., whereas, you 312s leaves you with full days to do whatever you want. I've wanted to do this ever since I heard about it, but I don't want Monday or Friday off. I want Wednesday or Tuesday. You can get all your errands done, you have a relaxing day off in the middle of your work week, you can always schedule an appointment on your day off, and no one fights with you over when you take your day off because they all want Monday or Friday. My company generally doesn't allow 410s, but we have a guy in it who does it because they don't mind having it support for a couple extra hours most days. He does exactly what you describe. Works Monday, Tuesday and Thursday, Friday, but takes Wednesday off. Seems like it works pretty well for him. I work it, and this sounds very cushy and amazing. Very dank too. I should get a dehumidifier or something. I usually just crack a window. Absolutely. Having another full day off is far better than working 2 hours less per day. As someone whose hours fluctuate a lot depending on the week, you hardly notice the difference between an 8-hour day and a 10-hour day anyways. I had a job years ago that allowed that. It was pretty sweet for quite a while. After a few months, though, most people slowly return to normal shifts, myself included. That extra weekend day is great. But 2 fewer hours every evening makes a bigger difference than you might think. You get used to the 3-day weekends and they just start to feel like normal weekends, but for the 4 days you're on it feels like all you're doing is working and sleeping. If you have a job where it's feasible, having the freedom to choose would be great. I wouldn't want it forced on everyone though. 4/10s is my dream schedule. If really rather have that extra day off. I dream to have 3 to 13.33 hour days. That means you would be off more of the week than working. How can you beat that? I want 2/20s. Just duck me up. If I can magically stop my clients from working on Fridays and stop them from calling me or sending me emails, yes I would. I would 100% do it. My wife and I work opposite shifts and her weekend doesn't line up with mine. If I had a 3-day weekend I'd have a day to spend with her, which would be totally worth it. Smile. I work a 9 to 80 schedule, which stands for 9 days, 80 hours. 1 week is a 44-hour week. The next week is a 36-hour week. We work 9 hours a day. So we have every other Friday off. I love it. Best of both worlds. I don't know if I'd call it the best of both worlds. If I'm going to work 9 hours a day, I'd rather work 10 and have every Friday off. I worked 980s for a long time. The reason for that and not straight 10s is so that my department, it, could be split in half and so there would always be someone on duty for any given Friday. The it in my company does 4/10s where half have Monday off and half have Friday off. Seems to work pretty well for them. No. My productivity drops sharply after 8 hours. I am literally dead on my feet if I try to work any longer than that. If I were in an office, that might be different, but I work in a warehouse. Some office tasks can be done after 8 hours. But I don't know anybody that are as sharp after 9 hours of mentally challenging tasks. Just entering numbers into a cell becomes a dangerous task after a lot of hours. 10 hours of meetings, traveling, reading and talking on the phone? I could manage it just fine. Yes, because then I'd always have a 3-day weekend. My wife had a job that took her to another state for 5 months, so I worked a 4 to 10 schedule so we could spend more time together. It was good for that purpose, but a 10-hour day meant I had no time or energy for anything after work. Also, when my wife moved back home, it would have meant less time spent with her. As a salary employee, I could do this if I wanted to. However, I'd rather take Wednesday or Thursday off than Friday, as I prefer breaking the week up over an extended weekend. I was excited when I saw my last job had in their employee handbook the flexible time for salary positions. Talked to my boss about it and she told me that she needs me to come in every weekday in case work pops up. Spirit crushing. You reposted this question exactly how it was asked before, even mistyping the last part. Why not? Why not? Proof, reddit.com. So did the previous poster. This is one of the most asked questions. Damn right I'd do it. My old job was supposed to be 8 to 5, but generally speaking almost every single day ended up with me clocking out around 6 to 7 anyway, so why not get that Friday off? Hell yes. Except make it Tuesday to Friday. Everybody wants Fridays off. I like Mondays off. My company alternates weeks this way. 8 hours weeks have shorter days, which is nice, but the 10 hours days are worth the extra grind for those Fridays off. If I had to pick only one, I would probably pick the 10 hours days. Yup, but I'd actually modify it to make it better. MW, 10 hours Thursday off Friday, 10 hours then I get the weekend off. Easily the most enjoyable schedule I've ever had was 10 hours Mon-Thursday 1 week, followed by 10 hours Tuesday to Friday the following week, so you got a 4-day weekend every other weekend. I did the 3/12s for years, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and thought it was great cause hey I get 4 days off. But I didn't get anything done after work, it was 3 days of work and sleep. My first day off would be spent catching up on sleep and resting. Second day on laundry and dishes, then I would enjoy 2 days off before going back. Then I changed to 4/10s. This was better as I didn't have to choose between eat dinner or sleep more. Same problem of I couldn't get much done after work, and in the winter time it was dark when I left the house and dark when I got home. Changed jobs about 6 months ago and I'm doing 5/8. Honestly, I like this better. I didn't realize how tired and run down I was. I go to work, I come home, I can get things done, I can go out with friends. My 2 days off can be just that, days off for enjoyment. I can still enjoy my time after work as well too without feeling like I need to eat and hit the bed ASAP.